Alexander Knife Sharpening. So I am on day 3 of grinding CBN in HoneRite Gold, and it's going great. You can see here, this is my 200 grit wheel. It looks fantastic. At the end of the day, I've just made sure they've been dry and have experienced no issues at all. And over here is my 1000 grit stone, and this one's doing great. So I've decided I'm going to do one more test, and what I'm going to start doing over here on my Tormek Black, I've taken out my 600 grit CBN wheel from Woodturners Wonders, and this one I'm going to grind in just straight water and see how that goes. So I am going to go clean this wheel up. So this will be the first day that this is ground in water. So I'm going to go clean out any metal that may be in there, because it's been only ground. It's only been grinding dry. But I'm going to clean it up, get it ready to go, and then start using this. And I'm actually going to use this 3 Tormek setup for a little bit while I have 3 Tormeks. Now, normally I run 2. But since I wanted to do the water test to see how just plain water does and how wheels do in HoneRite Gold honing solution, which is designed to keep diamond wheels in good shape and plates and things like that for honing in water. It's an anti-corrosive. Now, I've mentioned this before in the past. The Woodturners Wonders wheels used to say in them, if you use the anti-corrosive, you're doing it at your own risk. They now say that you can grind in water as long as you dry them off at the end of the day. And I just wanted to see if there's any real difference. I, so far, can tell you I've been very happy with how the HoneRite Gold has been working out. It does a nice job of keeping the stone nice and clean. The water stays very clear and easy to see, even though it's yellow, and I guess the Tormek anti-corrosive is blue. The HoneRite Gold's a little bit less expensive, and they give you a little bit more. So, and what I've been doing I've been filtering at the end of the day through a coffee filter and reusing it, and I'm going to reuse the same batch as long as I can to get the most mileage out of it. Now, the Tormek Black with the 600 grit wheel, I'm just going to do water. So we'll have 2 in HoneRite Gold, and we'll have 1 in water to compare, just to see if we see anything concerning going on. And I'm going to do the same thing as, what Woodturners Wonder says. If you're going to grind in water, dry it off at the end of the day. Thoroughly dry it off. So I'm going to do that with this wheel, and we'll see how that goes. But just wanted to fill you all in so far it's going great. I want to give you one other tip, because this was something that I ran into way back when I first tried to do grinding in water with the CBN wheel, and I didn't pick up on this the last time, but I now just figured it out, and this is kind of important. So if your Tormek wheel and CBN wheels and diamond wheels, they don't care which way they are put on. You can grind in either direction. And if you're grinding dry, it's not going to matter. They can grind either direction. But what I have noticed is with the Woodturners Wonders wheels, if you're using water or fluid where you're using the trough, you have to have the label facing in. So this little label right here needs to be facing the machine. If not, your wheel will actually rub up against the tray. But if you turn it so that this is facing in, it will not. Interestingly enough, this side is a little bit larger plastic than this side. And I think you guys can probably see that, which I never noticed. See, that's a little bit larger. And what it does is it pushes this out a little further into the tray, where the other way has it a little bit closer into the machine. So you don't need to use any type of washers or anything like that. If your wheel's rubbing on your tray, you most likely have the logo and printing on the wheel, and the larger side pointed out. So just flip your wheel around and you'll be fine. And that's been the case with every single wheel, and I have 4 of them from Woodturner's Wonders. So if you do decide to grind wet, make sure label pointing in towards the machine. All right, and that's it for today, guys. I'll keep you informed on how this test keeps going. Like I said, if I see any problems, my goal is to do it for 30 days with the CBN wheels. If I see any issues, I'm going to stop, because obviously I don't want to damage my wheels at around $200 a wheel. But so far, I can't complain at all. Everything looks great. The stuff that's been done in the HoneRite Gold, and I will let you know how the plain water, tap water one works as well. And we will go from there. All right, I'll catch y'all later. Okay, start of week 2 of the grinding test, and I stopped my grinding in water. And I did this kind of out of an abundance of caution. My 600 grit wheel started to get some spots on it. Now, I think the problem is that being a full-time sharpening shop, I am sharpening at times for 8 hours a day, and even though I would dry this off at the end of the day, there were times they were sitting in water, and I didn't always remember to, raise it up and dry the wheel off. And I think they just sat in water for too long. So I decided to just stop the test. I didn't want to risk doing any damage to my 600 grit wheel. And, keep in mind, everybody's water is different too. I mean, it can be different from town to town and definitely from country to country. So, you may not have a problem. Your water might be completely fine. And mine might have been fine if I was just sharpening and then stopping and drying off the wheel immediately. But I think I just allow mine to sit for too long because I bounce around the shop, using all kinds of different tools. So now we're looking at my 2 other CBN wheels, which have been in HoneRite Gold the whole time, and they look fantastic. They are working great, no concerns whatsoever. Here's the other one, and you can see there's no spots, there's nothing concerning me at all. They've been working great, and we are on week 2 of grinding with CBN, and still using the same 1 liter. So very happy with the HoneRite Gold. Hey everyone, it's Paul from Alexander Knife Sharpening. Just finished up week 3 of sharpening in HoneRite Gold. Just wanted to show you the wheels. As you can see, they still look really, really good. No issues, no spots, no rusting. Everything looks really good. I have to say, in fact, I've been very impressed with the HoneRite Gold. It works really well. I've actually been using the same 1 liter, and I've had to top it off a few times, even with a little extra water, just from a little bit of water loss. But I've been using the same 1 liter, and it's still, this is 3 weeks of sharpening with the same 1 liter. So I feel really confident saying the HoneRite Gold works great. It's not, I can't see in any way that it's going to damage a Woodturner's Wonder CBN wheel. I did have that small issue I told you guys about with grinding in water. I started to see some little specks that I didn't like on my 600 grit wheel. But as I said before, I think that had to do with the fact that since I'm a sharpening shop and I'm grinding all day, there were times that wheel was sitting in the water. And even though I dried it off at the end of the day, there was probably times it was just sitting in water for too long. But using the HoneRite Gold, I've had no issues with that. And there's been plenty of times the wheel's been sitting in water all day, in the HoneRite Gold solution all day, with no issues. So I feel good about that. So that's pretty cool. I will continue on for the full month. So I said I was going to do it for a month, and so I got another week to grind to complete that month, but I feel pretty good.